everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jo here. I hope you're all well, and for today's craft, this is my first Christmas craft of 2020 and I wanted to make a star wreath. And yeah, everything that I used is from Poundland. Really quick and easy to do, and you can decorate it in any way that you want once you've created the star. So let's get into today's video, and I hope you enjoy and it gives you some inspiration. So for the star, I'm going to be using craft sticks or popsicle sticks. These are from Poundland and you get 100 in a pack for £1. And I'm going to start by creating the shape of the center of the star by using 4 sticks and placing them in a cross. I'm then going to glue these sticks together. So I'm going to glue 2 together, just overlapping the ends. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with another 2 sticks, just by using a little bit of hot glue. Gluing them in place and then gluing the 2 sections together into a cross. Once the cross is dry, I'm going to start to add some sticks in between these sections that are already in place. Now these are a little bit difficult to glue in place. There's not a lot of surface area that they touch, but it will all become a little bit more stable once we glue the top of the stars in place. So I'm just going to place 4 sticks in between the gaps, making sure that they're equally spaced until we have the shape of a star. So now that we've got our base of our star, I'm going to start to add some sticks to the top. I'm going to glue them into a triangle to start off with and then attach these to 2 of the spokes of our stars that's in place. I'm going to continue to do this and work my way around, missing a section each time. And this is just to make life a little bit easier to glue them together once the first sections are in place. Now that the first 4 sections are in place, I'm going to add some more sticks into the gaps. So now that the star is all stuck together, I'm going to use some medium oak stain and I'm going to stain the front and the back. I'm going to do a couple of coats because I want it to be quite dark, and then I'm going to let it dry. So this is our star base, and you can now decorate this in any way that you want, but this is how I'm going to do mine. I'm using some of the command strip stickers. This is to glue a battery pack. I'm using some of the micro lights from Poundland. This is a set of 20. I could have done with a few more lights because I only ended up putting lights around the outside instead of the inside. But what I'm doing is the opening where you open the section to get the batteries in, I'm making sure that's face down because I'm going to be gluing some stuff to the top of the battery box. a little bit later on, and we need to be able to take it on and off so that we can get the batteries in and out when they need replacing. I'm now just going to take my time and wind these lights around the outside. I'm going to work my way just around the outside only and leaving the inside. And yeah, if you've got lights where you've got more lights, then you'll be able to do the inside as well, but these were the only ones that I had. So now that the lights are in place, I'm going to start to add some greenery, and I'm using some of the garland ties. These are from Poundland for a pack of 10, and I'm going to start underneath the battery pack. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, and these are the ideal length to do nearly all of a section of the star. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue under the battery pack, popping that in place. And then once it's dry, I'm going to start to wind this around the craft sticks. And I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and tight. I wanted to leave some of the wood showing through because of the colour, and making sure that I'm not covering the lights with the garland. And it will do 3/4 of one of the sections of the star. So once I'm happy with how it's looking, I'm just going to secure that bit at the back. And then I can add the next garland tie at the centre of the battery pack. And work my way onto the next section so that the whole thing will be completely covered in greenery. And I'm just going to take my time to do that until everything is completely filled. So now all the greenery is in place, and we can start to add a little bit of decorations. Now I want to keep this quite simple. I'm using some of the white berries from Poundland, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut off the little berries, and I'm going to stick one of these at each of the ends of the star and each of the corners as well, just to give it a little bit more colour. Just using a little bit of hot glue, and once I've got all my little berries in place, we can start to decorate the battery pack. So to hide the battery pack, I'm going to use another one of the garland ties, and I'm going to fold this into a circle just to hide the batteries, and then I'm going to glue this onto the top of the battery pack. Now that the battery pack is hidden, I'm going to use 2 of the Swan decorations from Poundland, and these are Christmas decorations. I'm just going to cut off the silver string, and then I'm going to glue these 2 together facing each other and then attach them to the star wreath. I want to make sure that I glue them to the garland that's in the centre over the battery pack, and not actually to the star, because like I said, we need to be able to take the battery pack off to put batteries in and out, so we need to just glue them into the centre. Now that the swans are in place, I'm just going to gently lift up the battery pack, and I'm going to add some pine cones. These are from the Christmas section. I got these last year. I'm sure they'll do them again this year. We haven't got them in my Poundland the last time I went in before lockdown, so I'm sure that they will have them in other Poundlands. But all I'm going to do now is add some around the inside of the star. so that they will form a shape around the swans. And then to finish off, I'm going to add some to the top of the stars as well, just using hot glue, and then we're finished. And here we are. So I've got it hung up on the wall. I'll be taking it down obviously until we get closer to Christmas, but this is what it looks like without the lights on and just the fairy lights on, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I didn't want to overcrowd it because I wanted the swans to be the center, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I hope it's giving you some ideas. Like I said, once you build the star, you can decorate it in any way that you want. I just used some of the things that I had in my stash from Poundland. And yeah, I will see you on Friday with my next part of my garden diorama. So till then, take care, love you loads, bye for now.